We gotta do this one here, cause this one here, boy, this one here. Oh my god.
Yo, bruh. Look, folks woke up and said, I'm on
On
time.
some bullshit.
I'm on timing on a Tuesday night, bruh. So we got to get into Monique and Tyler Perry again. So there was some stuff that was going on last night that was in response to Tyler Perry's remarks that he did at Miss Angie Stone's celebration of life. Again, condolences to the Stone family and Miss Angie. Your legacy and your dopeness will always be around. But TP, he made some remarks and a very good speech. I'm not gonna lie, he killed it for the most part. Some folks felt otherwise.
Play the speech what he said, bro. Play TP doing this thing.
I gotta play it. I gotta play it.
He gave tribute to Angie Stone,
yes,
and her struggle.
He did. He gave good light on it. So let me get it back to where it was, so we can get it in its likeness. Alrighty, so this was Tyler Perry at the Angie Stone celebration.
These young folks who are living these lives and they think that it's supposed to be the way that it is on Instagram, and they're forgetting about the people who have paved the way for them to be in that situation. They're forgetting about the women like Angie Stone, who's been in the business all of these years. You're going to forget about what she did, all of the people that she put on and helped. So you got to go through something to write a song like $20. Because then she says, what you know about being poor. She don't say poor, she says poor. What you know about having to borrow from the neighbor next door. These are her words. What you know about bumming rides. What you know about having to swallow your pride. And this is the part of the song that got to me when she said, what do you do when you're through? When you're always helping people and nobody is there for you. Y'all got to forgive me because I'm angry at the way I look at these young folks.
TP.
I did not know all the things that she was going through. Recently, I found out because I'm not on Instagram. I'm not being hooked and manipulated by an algorithm telling me what to think and how to feel. So I don't see everything. But to think that this woman was in the business for all of these years, and there's a difference between performing because you want to and performing because you have to. All of those years, all of those songs, all of that money that was owed to her, where is it? It's wrong. It is wrong. And I'm tired of seeing us struggle and go through things and work hard and not reap the benefits of what we were supposed to reap. But you got to be careful when you start mistreating people, especially children of God, because the Bible.
Alrighty, so that was his speech.
Go ahead, TP.
Like I said, he killed it. He killed it, right?
Yeah.
It shouldn't be nothing to be mad about.
Because it's TP. And he helped a lot of people.
It shouldn't be nothing to be mad about.
I mean, how can anything be said bad about that?
Oh man. So let me then go to this diary. So Miss Monique took to the post. And in the post, it was a lot. I think she recorded something else on the side of the same post. But she made her own post. She said, open letter to Tyler Perry.
Why?
First, we would like to give our heartfelt condolences to Angie Stone's family and friends. Sister Angie, we stand on your shoulders, on the shoulders of elders and ancestors like you. So please know that your fight inspired us to write this letter. And that the fight doesn't end with your passing, it's only the beginning. Now she directs it. Dear Tyler Perry, and she tagged him at Tyler Perry. I recently watched you and your heartfelt speech at Angie Stone's funeral, where you expressed frustration over mistreatment of by the music industry. It struck me, and my husband Sydney as stop. Oh, as I think she meant poignant,
Yeah.
but also made us reflect on some unsettling discrepancies in our actions towards me. One, you express anger over Angie's mistreatment, yet you label me quote unquote difficult to work with. Oh my God. Despite never having worked with me, how can you condemn poor treatment of others when you yourself impose the same on me? We have the audio of you admitting you was wrong. Okay, so that must be the audio because it sounded like somebody was on the phone. That must be the audio she played for her own post, making the same point. Okay, so she goes on to say, 2, you asked, where is the money she's owed? Well, where's my public apology that you promised in 2016? The false narrative you preached helped blackmail me, costing me tens of millions. Where's the restitution for that? Then she goes on to say, number 3, you mentioned being tired of us not receiving the benefits we deserve. Yet you asked me to promote my Precious for free without a contract or compensation, which highlights your double standard. Oh my God. Okay, this is the last one. 4th, you said we should be careful in how we treat the children, quote unquote, children of God. As a man of faith, where is your responsibility to act with love and truth? You promised me an apology years ago, but it is yet to come. Unlike the music industry, which you rightfully criticize, we have audio documentation of your actions. Shouldn't you be accountable too? Oh, hold on, man. Let me get this queued up real quick because this is that for real.
God.
Folks on a Tuesday night said, I got time. They said, I got time. Don't even worry about it.
You use somebody passing away to one more time state your point about this man. That nobody give a damn about you, Monique. And I mean, I say this with respect to, she's a great comedian. She's done a lot in the industry for herself. Her husband has done nothing.
Hey, that would really piss you off.
Bruh.
That would really piss you off.
Because it's like you're being brainwashed by your husband to speak for you and him when you're Monique and he's nobody. He's your king, yes, yours. He ain't shit to Hollywood. Tyler Perry, I don't know what the breakdown between Tyler and Monique has been, but we've seen Tyler Perry help a plethora of people in their careers.
I mean, still having.
I've seen Tyler Perry give people money that they deserve to be paid that Hollywood did not pay them. Okay?
Yeah.
When you look at Monique in her situation, was she being paid before Tyler Perry said what he said? Was she being put in movies before they got into their little dispute? Was she getting Oscars and getting an award? What ended up happening?
I think she got one. She
got one off of Precious.
Yeah, I think she got one off.
She got one off of Precious. Again, Monique, you was not in high demand before Tyler Perry put his statement out. Who you blaming for that? The tens of millions of dollars that you lost. Let me say something. When you are a bad actor or somebody that put something bad out on your name or blackballed you, as you so call it, Jonathan Majors just got another job.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And it looked like you finna get ready to come back out. And rebound.
Can we keep this for real? Monique, and let me sit there for a second. Because honestly, bro, you got to put everything in perspective.
Okay.
Because what Tyler Perry said, could it have damaged people from wanting to work with her? In the black community, probably, maybe. But the white community don't give a damn about Tyler Perry.
You don't think so?
No. Tyler Perry got everything. If anything, they wanted to use Tyler Perry, they would have used him for everything. You know, if they wanted to use Monique, they could have been using Monique. Okay, Will Packer wanted to use Monique, he could have been using Monique. Spike Lee been out for a year. Will Packer, why come they never use Monique? Huh? When they went and got Color Purple, who they went and got? They went and got Oprah Winfrey. Monique could have did that role.
I mean, but I got you.
There are roles that Monique could have done. That they got other people
when did
before
Color
this.
Purple come out?
Huh?
When did Color Purple come out?
I think Color Purple came out in the 80s.
Monique wasn't hot then.
She was doing doing the Moesha show. I mean, doing it
in the 80s,
in the 80s or late 90s. It wasn't.
That
was
2000s. The Monique show with the her and the little girl. And stuff. Yeah, that was 2000s. That's
okay,
2000s.
but still, I'm just saying there are many things. When Monique was a comedian, she could have been out. Monique had her own talk show. At a point in time. What happened to that? Who did Tyler Perry didn't fuck that up? She wasn't getting stand out and sold out arenas before that. Monique was blackballed, and people said this before. For the same damn reason you started this damn post off, you blackballed yourself. Me and sitting there, right? People don't want to fuck with you. Number one, because your husband trying to get you paid and tell people what your worth is, and he's not. You know what I'm saying? If you got somebody advocating for you, like, well, let's say, what was the guy that plays for the Ravens? The quarterback.
Quarterback. Oh, you talking about Lamar Jackson?
Lamar Jackson. People said his mom, right, could not be his manager and go get that contract for him, right? He got that contract, right?
Yeah, he did.
Let's talk about this.
Big old contract.
Let's talk about this. He didn't get that contract because his mama wasn't qualified to get the contract for him. He got that contract, bro, because he was qualified for the position. He showed up, he showed out. And when they sat down and broke it down, no matter who was sitting in front of him, they could not deny his talent, and they needed him. So he got that contract. Hence, his mom inked the deal for him. They could do the same thing if you had a client as such.
Okay.
Your husband is speaking for you, and your talents is not saying that for some people that want to hire you. Not saying that you're not worth everything that you are, but you're not needed as much. And they're not going to pay you as much as they're going to pay somebody else. They can get somebody to do the same role.
Now,
and you're not as big as a box office draw for some people.
Now, I do want to backtrack because I think it's easy to say that right now today.
I can say it back then.
That was what, 2016?
Whenever Monique was hot, Monique wasn't never the shit, bro. She wasn't a Kevin Hart back in the day. She was great. But Monique has.
But this would be the discourse for, let's say, for somebody that's not a Lamar Jackson or like a Pat or even the dude from the Bills.
Oh wow, Bridget said we don't support her because she doesn't support us in anything that concerns us.
Oh, wait,
that's what Bridget just said.
Bridget?
Yeah, she basically saying that everything
she don't be supporting black women.
She talks about my babies. But again, remember me, you talked about this. What have she done for everybody? Who has she really put on?
We did talk about that.
You know what I'm saying?
We did talk about that.
You know what I'm saying? Anytime you hear Monique talk about something that's a gripe, it's about what has happened to her.
Now, before I lose my train of thought.
Go ahead.
While she may not be that elite tier, very few are.
Yeah.
The elite tier, if you was talking about other quarterbacks, the elite tier kind of dictate the market on what you can be expecting for where you're at.
Exactly.
And I don't think Monique really thought she was a Kevin Hart. If she did, then
her husband played her like she was. Because he started saying she got this, and this.
But that's the other part where there'll be like representation and why a lot of folks, while they was wrong what they were saying for Lamar Jackson, imagine if Lamar Jackson was like what's a comparison? Imagine if Lamar Jackson was like 3 tiers down from where he is. Not MVP status, not even elite quarterback. He's just a starter.
Yeah.
If he's just a starter, but his mama is shipping folks out and trying to ship him out like he's the MVP, Lamar Jackson, Hell no, go sit down. No. You talking too big for what you got to depend on other folks to give you. You feel me? And I think that's the area that maybe her husband got her placed in.
Yes.
He keeps shipping her out like that. But besides that, in 2016, you might have been right. I don't know if she was doing anything.
Nothing, bro.
I know she was doing shows, but even in the comedy scene, she wasn't that big.
And she hadn't been on. She wasn't on the Queens of Comedy or none of that.
God, I was trying to get her.
No, she wasn't on the bruh. Like I said, Monique is a force to be reckoned with. Her name, her talent. But you got to think about it. When she was Big Monique, right? She was my babies and the big girl. That's what she talked about, right? And that's what her joke was about. I ain't mad at her. Had her own TV show. Had her own. She had her own talk show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She did her thing, bro. Monique is a bad woman in the industry. I'm not gonna sit there and lie like she ain't like she chopped liver, because she's not. But she ain't what she's trying to be sold for, right? Whoopi Goldberg, everybody told her at the end of the day, baby girl, some things you gotta do, right, in this industry to get what you want. Now she took that and she aired the shit out and made it seem like they trying to tell her to go out there and work like work like a slave, which is bullshit. No, everybody in this industry of what we do, you have to pick and choose what battles you're going to have, because it's political. The higher you get, sometimes you're going to get paid for stuff, sometimes you're not.
Okay, I got her stuff pulled up.
Okay.
Of course, 2009. That's probably her hottest. That's Precious, right there. Then she got the little Parkers, the sitcom. She got that. Almost Christmas was big, and that was in 2016. Queens of Comedy was 2001. She was on Moesha, but I think she was like side character. We got the Welcome Home Roscoe Jenkins. That was huge. She's also taking part in the BMF thing.
Okay.
So if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they killed her off on that yet. But BMF is kind of pretty much over with at this point. Shout out 50. But she was on BMF recently. She got those two specials that she got, especially the My Name Monique. I do remember that being out. I think that's the Netflix one. Soul Plane, if you liked it. But I mean, she got plenty of other work. I'm only going through the big stuff. And then 2007 will probably be when she was at the height, because that was her, I think, her first special. I know the one where she got the handcuffs and stuff like that.
And when she said she got blackballed, she worked after. Blackball mean you don't work at all.
No, she seemed like she getting consistent work through all this.
She, bro, like I said, when you look at what she's saying,
she been getting work since 2000.
Like I said, bro, she been getting work, but she ain't been in the mainstream until she put herself there. I think when Monique got,
she was on a Proud Family. Stop playing,
bro. Like I said, Monique has never, for me, the best role that you know that her in, that she's been in, is what?
Precious.
Oprah Winfrey's best role is what?
Precious and the Parkers. The mama of the Parkers,
right? That was her thing. You don't remember none of her comedy specials, for real. Dang. You know what I mean? Tell me a Monique joke that you know.
Don't do that to me.
Tell me what a talk show was about.
I did not watch the talk show. That wasn't my bad. I was a baby.
Okay.
I was a baby.
Okay. You see what I'm saying? But when you're looking at Monique, is she that woman? Yes. But is she who her husband Sidney sells the world to be?
And I think that's probably the biggest thing for why she in this type of bag with a lot of big features, because it's Monique, but it's also what you're placed in. So,
and you got to realize a lot of times, bro, anytime, you got to have the right people representing you in the right way. I think she's not getting a lot of work because of him.
Well, like I said, she's been working. I think her main complaint is not being paid what she's due.
Again, you have to be a box office draw, bro. Right?
Yeah.
And because you got an Oscar, right? Everybody that got an Oscar didn't go on to be number one, especially in this day and age. When you win an Oscar, you don't go out there and get a number one movie. Because guess what? Steven Spielberg and Martin Scorsese is not out there writing those kind of movies anymore.
Now, to her defense, though, no.
What's up with you in that bum light, dog?
Man, the tape on it is falling off.
Oh.
But
just lean, you should lean up against something.
Yeah, it's all Ricky Dicky, bro. It's Ricky Dicky. I can't do nothing about it. But to her point, what some folks would probably say as a response to us, because I'm with you, you usually don't. But they usually gave you the Oscar because you got one of the best movies out and you did one of the best jobs, if not the best job.
Mm-hmm.
And for where she was at, I can then look at her and be like, I don't blame you for using that quarterback analogy I was just using. Yo, bro, I may not still be in the elites, but I'm Aaron freaking Rodgers. No, is Aaron Rodgers one of the best ones out today? Hell no. If anything, he middle of the pack at best. But are you finna talk greasy to Aaron Rodgers? Hell no. Is you not finna pay Aaron Rodgers? Hell no. Because you do know when it's time for Aaron Rodgers to step up and do something, you know Aaron Rodgers is that few crowd that can actually do it. And you got proof.
That part.
And I think that's where her mindset is with the industry. I proved I can act and that I should be placed in my just due. Why is no one handling me like I just did it or like it hasn't been done?
Because and
I think that's what we was going back to. Yeah, representation. Your dude is ass.
Right. The person that's your manager, I think he's misrepresenting you, right? Sounds like to me.
Yeah.
And the other part is you got to fit roles. Okay, let me ask you this question. In any movie that came out right recently, right? That's been a smash movie.
Okay.
Do you see Monique in that role?
Alrighty, that's a big one though.
So if you see
what smash movie are you thinking of?
I don't watch a lot of movies, so I can't. I'm not the best person to ask that. I'm throwing the question at that because I'm saying when you saw people playing this role, you can say also, oh yeah,
Monique would have did.
He could knock that out the box.
Yeah. It's some stuff I can be like that with.
I don't know.
This is stuff I can be like that with.
Okay, like what?
Let me go through. You talking about like recent stuff?
Whatever. You know, a movie that you seen like, man, she would have did this better, or she would have been really good in this role.
I think
she would have been a star in this role.
I think she would have been a star, have given the opportunity. Because I don't think people really understand. Monique got range for an actor. She do have range.
I think Monique has range in certain categories.
What you mean?
She's not, to me. When I look at her, I don't see her being a Meryl Streep in the movie industry.
Really?
I don't.
How much stuff have you seen her do?
Who?
Monique. How much stuff have you seen her do?
When I look at Monique, I look at her like when I see Kevin Hart trying to do some other stuff and trying to stretch his range, some of it he just can't do. Some of it Kevin Hart just can't do, bro.
No, but Kevin Hart don't have. I wouldn't acting wise. Only acting wise. Only acting wise.
When I look at Monique,
Kevin Hart don't have Monique range.
No, he don't. But I'm saying when I look at Monique, she has range to play the villain, the wife, and lead in that. But she can't play a detective. I don't think she'd be really good as a.
No. That's not what I mean when I say range.
Okay.
No. Do you see her as a detective? No, you wouldn't write her as a script of being a detective.
Right.
What I mean for range wise is, can she play serious? Yes, she can. Can she play funny?
Yes.
Yes, she can.
Yes. Range.
Can she play empathetic talent? Yes, she can.
Yes.
Can she play Big Mama or something like that? We didn't seen her do that naturally. Yes, she can. Can she play a happy co-star or comic relief? Maybe I'm trying to see how I pronounce a thriller or a drama. Yes, she can.
On some of it.
She can definitely go thriller and drama, and I think that's what some folks don't really get her credit on.
But see, here's the thing: when
she got way. That's like 6 or 7 different things that,
like I said, but
Kevin Hart can't do.
No, but if you look at what you're saying, it's all in the thing of emotional driven stuff because she's very good at being an emotional actor.
When you're acting, you gotta play on that.
Because so for me, that ain't range. That's your range. That's her range. I see her in all of that. You know what I mean? But when I look at when I look at range, it's like when I'm looking at you, I don't see you no more.
Yeah,
that I have not seen.
Definitely,
I have not seen that.
Really,
I've seen she's a damn good actor, but I always still see Monique.
Man, I don't know about that, Joe. I don't know about that. I said, I've seen some roles where it was like, ooh,
I'm gonna tell you the first time the first time when I watched Monique, and I stopped seeing her.
Yeah,
and I saw the person.
Precious.
Wasn't Precious.
That's right? The only one
for me. That's the when I stopped seeing Monique. Right, like when Tyler Perry play movies, bro. It's some movies that I'm looking at. I can't get past the role because I'm seeing him because he's not bringing that part out.
Okay.
Even in some of his movies, right? I think these. I don't like Monique. No, I don't like Monique. I'm just saying there are certain people when I look at them, it's just not that for me.
True. She did that one where she was I think it was K Girl. I'm probably mixing the movies, but I know she did the little scary movie one. That was hilarious.
Scary movie, she was funny in that.
The scary movie was hilarious.
Yeah, but I saw Monique. because that was in her element. That was in her range of element. You know what I mean?
BMF give her a different vibe.
I haven't seen none of BMF.
Yeah, BMF.
I know that's the same thing, but I've never seen any of BMF, so I can't speak on that. But I'm just saying for the things I've seen her do, is she good in all the stuff that she does? Even in Soul Plane, man, she's funny. She's going to make you laugh. She's going to steal the scene. I give Monique that all day long. But is people going to go out? There are certain people like Simone, what's called Simone, the comedian Simone. She's good. The female comedian.
We love you some B. Simone.
I think Angela Ray's, Lisa Ray's sister.
Lisa Ray's sister.
Yeah, not Lisa Ray's. I think it's Lisa Ray. She's sister somebody.
Yeah, you about threw me off with that one.
No, but what is the girl name? Got the deep voice. She's really funny. Okay. But a lot of these comedians, some comedians can make the transition over to movies and acting. Some can't. You know what I mean? Kevin Hart has done a decent job in it. Some more. Yeah, some more. That's what I'm talking about. Some more.
Okay.
Some of these women, if I saw them, and people may say, even with some of the white, like Amy Schumer, I think the Amy Schumer or something like that.
Yeah.
I can only see her in some fucking funny movies. I don't see her being transformed into some other shit. You know what I mean? There are certain these comedians. Sometimes once you see them, you're stereotyped in certain people's mind. Monique is stereotyped in my mind as certain things.
Scarlett Johansson. I can't see her outside of being something. Who? Scarlett Johansson. I can't see her being nothing but Black Widow at this point.
Yeah, some things will unless you're a really good actress, right, or a really good actor, that you would get stereotyped in. And Monique played a lot of stuff early in her career that was, she was being funny. And then when you start to try to stretch the range, and I would say this for Monique, and I don't know if she have done it, she may probably have, because I don't know, I don't have a career lineup in front of me. Her going and do some theater and doing different things will probably help her stretch and be able to be seen, to be able to carry a movie, because I think what she's wanting is leading woman role money in the movie scene, but can she carry the box office? I'm just being honest. Do people really believe that Monique can shut down? What woman right now today can shut down the box office? And I don't even know that.
Hold on. Even to that point, because
that's where her husband is putting her out there. Like, if you bring Monique, she gonna bring the rain.
Look, we can't speak to how he doing it, even though it looked really bad. We can't speak to it.
No, but what I'm saying is, when she would complain and she got the Netflix special, bro, it wasn't about nothing. Now I saw some of that. No,
I'm not speaking to that. Okay. I'm only speaking to your last point about her being a main office draw. Very, very few, male or female, are main office draw. Yes. I think it's literally probably 2 or 3, maybe 4 on the top of my hand. That's gonna be Dwayne, The Rock.
Yeah,
it's gonna be
Will
Smith,
Tom Cruise
only off of that one Mission Impossible.
That's it. That's all.
Literally off of Tom Cruise is not doing nothing else.
But he won't. He don't need to.
But That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's it.
everybody else has to be paired
Yeah.
with somebody else.
Yeah.
So hopefully he not doing that.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
Hopefully he not
but what
doing
I'm saying
that.
is-
But
and Monique,
I ain't gonna put that on him.
and the bad thing about her for her situation is where this role is now, the stuff that she does on her own, is it being shut down because she's on it?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because when you're out here saying stuff like this to Tyler Perry, right? You're making it seem like you the shrimp and grits.
she
everything that you
she
touch.
coming spicy on Tyler.
You know what I'm
Perry.
saying? Again, I'm not mad at Monique, bro, but I'm like, let that shit go. You jumped on this post of Angie Stone, what we originally started talking about.
Yeah.
Right? You jumped on this post and brought up your beef with Tyler Perry, and you wonder why people don't want to fuck with you.
Yeah, I that's what I say. I'm here for the mess and all that.
Yeah.
I don't think this was the time and what you tagged it in. I don't think that was where you should have did that.
She should have left her at the Shannon Sharp show. That was
No. I mean, if you want some straightening, do some straightening outside of it. Don't do it on the expense or on the back of somebody that deserves they do and they celebration.
To make that shit marinate, bro, and blend in, it didn't.
It didn't.
It was two different situations.
It didn't, and if you read it out loud, it comes out awkward and
you talking about
detached.
You talking about a whole damn apology you owed, and you stop $1 million. This woman actually didn't get her money from her residuals. You talking about some hypothetical bullshit that you can't prove before or after.
This lady had to work anything.
The woman died.
You get to choose.
Yes.
You get to choose.
Yes.
And you get to choose to complain on who's not valuing you the same.
And why are you?
She had to go to literally work like she had no value.
Nephew, why are you constantly going on other people's platforms, right? And bringing it up, because when she left Shay Shay, Club Shay Shay, right?
Yeah.
She went on tour with Cat Williams. What happened?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
This right after she said everything she said. Cat Williams said, "Come on, baby girl, I got you."
He fills it out.
What happened?
He fills it out.
You're that draw though, right? Tyler Perry ain't got shit to do with none of that. This is your lane right here, right? And when she got on stage, what the fuck did she talk about? Y'all remember? Everybody talking about I'm hating on Monique. When she got on stage and Cat Williams put on his tour, what did she talk about? Tyler Perry. What did she say to Tyler Perry? Fuck you. Fuck this. That's what she did. Y'all remember? What happened? You on your own now. This ain't got nothing to do with movies. Why couldn't you bring it down the house? Why come you didn't go on your own tour after that? Where's your husband sitting? We're talking about that. You quick to talk about something with somebody that's got that's a billionaire. They got a whole bunch of goddamn money, and you want to get some of his. These other people put you on their platform, gave you some money. You ain't talking shit about it because they put you on the platform. But what did you do when you had their platform? I'm just asking.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I ain't got nothing else to say to that.
No.
Look, hey, did you pick this pocket to do it on Monique? But
it was inappropriate, bro.
Yeah,
it was inappropriate.
That's my only critique on it. It was inappropriate to Angie, and Angie deserved better than that. For you to use her as to get your shit off, she deserved better than that.
Yeah.
But main event. So let me go ahead and get us hyped up for the main event.